Hi, my name is Alex, and today we're going to talk about channeling the higher self. And what is the higher self? Well, most New Age literature would define the higher self as a connection between you, your physical self, and your physical life on earth, and eternal concepts like past lives and your connection to God. In order for you to understand eternal ideas, trapped as you are in a physical body and a life with a set number of days, we rely on this idea of a higher self as a cord, an intermediary between the finite and the infinite. That's not the only definition we use for the higher self. My favorite definition is pertaining to magic. Magic and miracles and the law of attraction. These ideas, to me, best embody the higher self. The higher self is that part of me that can make magic real. I, being a physical creature on this physical earth, I'm limited by my physicality, itself a limitation. But my higher self doesn't have any of those limitations, and that is why magic is so easy for the higher self to accomplish. That is the realm of magic, imagination, and spirituality. The closer you are to spirituality, the closer you are to your higher self. A selfish person, a materialistic person, a person who is only focused on his physical pleasures and his physical needs, is far removed from his higher self. A person who is peaceful, calm, centered, that person is close to his higher self. A person who is compassionate and kind, forgiving and patient, practicing love, expressing love in his life, that person best embodies the idea of the higher self. Meditation has long been a favorite method of growing closer to your higher self. Meditation, yoga, and hypnosis are proven methods of connecting with your higher self. Our higher self may communicate with us through dreams, through journaling. If you've ever written in a diary or written your thoughts and feelings in a journal, you may be surprised to read those words that came from your hand. Sometimes it's like, did I write that? Or is your higher self expressing important concepts through the practice of journaling or through your dreams? If the entries in your diary seem wiser than usual, it's your higher self speaking through you. If the answers in your diary, the entries seem forced, or if they sound like you are telling other people what they want to hear, that's probably coming from the ego. The ego blinds us from truly experiencing the higher self. Your highest potential is going to come from a close relationship with your higher self. This is the essence of what we're talking about today. And to help you better understand what the higher self is, I'm going to hypnotize Angela now and channel her higher self. We will ask her higher self to explain things further. Be hypnotized to channel your
Yeah,
higher self?
yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, our eyes are closed and we're relaxing. Our head is resting on the chair behind us.
Hmm.
And we're going to do some long, slow, deep breaths to clear the mind and still the body. Let's do our breathing together. You're doing fantastic. Long, slow breaths, focusing more on the exhale than the inhale. This is how we purge our mind of all the stress and distractions and center ourselves so we can communicate with our higher self. Feeling good, feeling more relaxed with every breath we take. All stress and all thoughts are being purged with every breath you take. It's as if you're deflating, removing all worries, all concerns, evaporating. The mind is still, quiet, empty, and yet powerfully focused on our goal today of communicating with your higher self. And because we are communicating with your higher self, Angela,
Hmm.
I want you to consider what the perfect location is. It could be a church or a temple, or it could be a beautiful natural setting like a beach or a forest.
Yeah, I saw a beach.
A beach, yes.
Hmm.
I love the beach. It is a very peaceful and magical place. And can you describe the beach scene that you see in your mind?
Yeah, it's just an overview of a beach, a big sandy beach, and the water is very blue and crystal clear. I'm on the
Beautiful,
beach now. I'm on the beach walking, and it's
beautiful.
yeah.
Are you barefoot?
What am I wearing? I'm wearing a white dress and barefoot.
Wonderful.
And there's kind of like tropical trees.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's like powder. The sand is like powder.
I love it. I wish I was there.
Yeah.
And this is the location where we're going to communicate with your higher self.
Mhm.
And should we meet your higher self at an altar or at a ceremonial fire or some other sacred place?
I can see it, a temple with an altar.
Oh, yes, yes. Let's see a temple with an altar along this beautiful white sand beach.
Hmm.
And please describe the temple to me so I can see it.
It's all white marble, and there's there's no seats. It's a big empty room, and it just has an altar and it has candles, but there's flowers everywhere. There's a bowl of water with flowers in the bowl.
I love it. I love it. This is beautiful and this is powerful magic.
Hmm.
Besides the bowl with the beautiful flowers in the water, that must smell wonderful, and we
Hmm.
see the other flowers in the room. What other magical items would you like to include to increase the contact with your higher self?
Um, Maybe like uh, candles and maybe like a fire pit.
Yes, yes. Let's see the fire and candles. What color candles would you like?
White.
White, yes. The color white is a theme today, and that is
Hmm.
good. Fantastic. And now we're going to ask your subconscious to come up with the perfect incantation or prayer to summon your higher self. Let your subconscious mind run free with the perfect words to summon your higher self.
So I'd like to connect to my higher self to gain insight and wisdom. I'll let the higher self drop down what it wants to talk about. I won't ask whatever it wants to discuss today. It can drop down. So I'm connecting myself to a big ball of light. It's above the altar. And I'm sitting cross legged on the floor and I'm going to connect into my higher self that way. So I'm connected now.
Wonderful. We are here today to learn more about the higher self. And thank you for coming. And please tell us what we should know about the higher self so we can understand better. To some, it is a pure mystery.
So it showed me like dominoes, like all lined up in a row, like a chain reaction. When you move one domino, all the other dominoes fall.
Hmm.
So it's talking about life being a series of chain reactions. Everything, once you do one action, it can set a whole timeline into motion.
Hmm. And this is the rule of our lives, right?
Yeah, it's like talking about the chain reaction of life. Okay, so I'm going to ask the higher self to communicate some ideas, ideas like concepts to me.
Hmm.
It said it's the spark, the higher self is a spark of light that's in everybody. It's the it's like the center. The it's like the inner light. It
It,
said you're looking at the big ball of light, but inside of the human form, there's a spark in you as well, and it's the same ball of light. It's just smaller.
uh, is it similar to the aura?
No, it's like ball of in the center of your body. There's a ball of light because we're made of light,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the spark of divinity or the spark of light. It said it knows everything. So it said your subconscious knows everything, whereas your conscious mind is having a series of experiences. So it has amnesia. The conscious mind has amnesia. So you can experience a different perspective.
Mm.
But to connect into the higher self, you can ask it any question, you can go anywhere with it. And it's all knowing. It's the all knowing part of you.
Is the higher self motivated by spiritual ideas, or is that something that the physical person is more?
No, it holds all the memory, eternity. It holds the whole eternal. It's eternal. It holds every memory you've ever experienced, past, present, or future,
Mm.
lifetime, or but it's the guiding light, it's the guiding force, it's like the Godhead, or it guides you. So you see, the reason that the ego is limited knowledge is because the higher self is trying to get you to experience a unique perspective and a unique experience. But then it's saying you can merge with your all knowing higher self and become that. You can actually do that.
Mhm.
And
The higher self. Okay.
you can walk around all knowing if you choose to. And it said it kind of is what ascension is. The ascension is merging with the higher self. And then you can descend. So if you want to experience another unique memory or unique experience, you can descend where your conscious mind doesn't remember anything. It said you can do that multiple times in a lifetime. You can live 3 or 4 or 5 different experiences in one lifetime. You don't have to die to do this.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What are some abilities that the higher self possesses that many people would be surprised to learn about?
Uh, it's like an atom that can teleport between scenes as an observer. So it's like an aura that can jump through all the different timelines and it can observe and see into the different timelines. So past lives, future lives, present lives, it can see everything. But it's like a quark, like in physics, the little molecule.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it can jump timelines and observe. And it's not incarnated, it's not physical, it's just an observer. It's talking about the Merkaba and this ball of light, this uh, quark,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
how it's a transportational device. It's a way you can go to different dimensions.
Fascinating. The higher self is connected to magic, yes?
It is magic. It's everything. It's everything. It contains everything. But it's more like records, memories, memory banks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I suppose a good question is like, what's the purpose of this lifetime for all humans? Like not just for me, but like what's the purpose of the human experience?
Mm-hmm.
And it said to polish off different abilities And it said communication is a big thing. Humans are very communicative, as in they talk a lot and they interact with other humans. They're a very social species.
Yes.
And it said creativity, creating stuff, inventing stuff. It's the playground for inventors. It said it's our natural instinct to look at stuff and put different things together and create a new thing. It's a natural uh, urge as a human.
The higher self is guiding us towards greater creativity.
Yeah, it said the human experience is creativity, creating new things, and it's like there's no real agenda, like there's no real um what's the word, like the humans, it's a playground. Art is a playground, and all the humans are here to explore and create and invent and be social.
Fascinating. Can the higher self do evil?
It contains both positive and negative. It depends on your relative perspective.
I would like to know further about evil in relation to the higher self. If a person is evil or he has evil intentions, can he use the higher self to accomplish greater evil?
It said, yeah, but it's all sectioned off, and he wouldn't get access to pursue evil.
I understand.
Like, yeah, like his powers would diminish. Um, yeah, like if someone was trying to do evil through the higher self, it wouldn't work. But it could be done, but it would never be permitted.
Uh, I know that your higher self, Angela, is not evil at all. And
Mm.
what are the goals of your higher self? What is your higher self guiding you towards?
Um, yeah, so for some reason, Alex, I'm not really getting a direct connection to it. I don't know why. Normally, it's like really, uh, it takes over me as I'm talking, whereas this time it's more kind of. I think we should do a deepener.
Okay, let's do a deepener.
Yeah.
Let's take a deep breath together.
Mhm. I'm just going to use a ball of light in the night sky. Like just a ball of light, just it's dark and the ball of light is there and I'm communicating directly to that. I'm not going to use the image of the church or the beach.
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
that. Right now, the ball of light is far away, as if it's a
Hmm.
small star in the night sky, but
Yeah.
you are getting closer, and the star is getting closer. The star is slowly growing in size as you travel across light years, and you're getting closer and closer, and you can feel the gravity of this light. You can
Mm.
feel the warmth of this light. It's
So
getting
I just merged with the higher self. I actually went into the ball of light and it became my aura. So I'm going to stay there in that and channel it. I think that's the way it wants to work. To
good.
go. Yeah.